Pakistan and Canada. They are having negotiations on foreign investment promotion and protection agreement. Would you like to share what this agreement is all about and when it is expected to be finalized?
This bilateral agreement provides a sort of institutional mechanism, a legal protection. So the first round has been held in Islamabad.
What is the initial estimate of investment? How much investment we are expecting from Canadian companies?
Agreement's importance is that when it is finalized and when it comes into force, it will have a lot of encouragement for more Canadian mining and mineral firms, for more investment in different sectors, not only in mines and minerals, but also in ICT. So this will open the door for more Canadian companies to go into Pakistan in a big way.
The stringent Canadian visa for Pakistani students, for Pakistani professionals, for Pakistani business people. Have you taken up this matter with the Canadian authorities that with compared to Pakistan, other countries in South Asia, visa rules, Canadian rules have been quite relaxed for them?
There is no Pakistan-specific discrimination. It is not the state policy of the government of Canada to discriminate Pakistani identity. That is not the case. On average, there has been 4,000 to 5,000 Pakistani student intake in Canadian universities.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello and welcome to Program Insight in V News English. Dear viewers, Canada is part of North America. It is a neighboring country of the United States of America. Area-wise, it's one of the largest country, and there is huge potential for business, for investment, for trade, and for many things. Many countries around the world maintaining good economic trade ties. And in addition to economic, business, and these all things, one important thing in Canada is its population is less, its size is quite large, and it is attracting immigrants from around the world. So there are thousands of people around the world every year. They apply for a Canadian immigration. So immigrants are part of the Canadian system. But when it comes to Pakistan-Canada relations, Pakistan and Canada enjoys very close relation. And just in recent days, we have witnessed upward trajectory of bilateral relations. On 30th October, Pakistani Foreign Minister, Mr. Ishaq Dar, spoke to his Canadian counterpart, Ms. Anand. And during that conversation, number of issues came under discussion. 2-3 days later, a joint communique was issued by Pakistani Ministry of Foreign Affairs, similarly, which was endorsed by Canadian Ministry of Foreign Affairs as well. To discuss that, what is the potential of trade and investment, how Pakistan and Canada can enjoy immensely trade and economic potential, because economic diplomacy is now a segment, a part of diplomacy which is pursued by every country. So Pakistan is also rigorously pursuing economic diplomacy. Pakistan is attracting and asking different countries for investment into Pakistan. Similarly, Pakistan need export market in Europe and North America particularly. So to discuss this all, that what are the prospects of bilateral relations, more opportunities, more potential of business and economic ties, in which areas Canadian companies are already investing in Pakistan, and in which area Canada will make more investment, and last but not the least, what are the opportunities for young, educated, skilled youth of Pakistan, how they can move to Canada as an immigrant? To discuss this all, we are fortunate to have with us Pakistan's High Commissioner to Canada, Ambassador Mohammad Saleem. Despite his busy schedule, he has spared time and he's participating in our talk show. Very warm welcome, Ambassador Mohammad Saleem Saab.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum, Mateen Haider Saab and your team for hosting me and having me.
It's a pleasure to have you with us in our program. I would just like to refer to this very important telephonic conversation between Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister, Mr. Ishaq Dar, who spoke to his Canadian counterpart, Ms. Anand. So ultimately, 2 days later, a joint communique was issued. And that highlighted so many things. And in that joint communique, it was highlighted that both countries, Pakistan and Canada, they are having negotiations on foreign investment promotion and protection agreement. So this agreement is under negotiation. First round held successfully. Would you like to share what this agreement is all about and when it is expected to be finalized?
This agreement in Pakistan, we call it bilateral investment treaties that we signed with other countries. And in case of Canada, they call it FIPA, Foreign Investment Promotion and Protection Agreement. So this was proposed by Canadian side because investment is very high on the agenda of the government of Pakistan. And in order to have more investment from Canada, from where we are now, this bilateral agreement provides a sort of institutional mechanism, a legal protection. So the first round has been held in Islamabad last month in September. In fact, end of September 29 till 2nd of October, the delegation from Canada was in Islamabad. And the next round is going to be held again in Islamabad, maybe in a couple of months from now. This agreement is very important in order to have more Canadian investment in all the areas of interest in Pakistan, particularly in the mining and minerals, in commercial scale agriculture and farming, in ICT, information communication technology, and other industrial infrastructure projects.
Any volume of this expected investment for the information of our viewers? What is the initial estimate of investment? How much investment we are expecting from Canadian companies?
The agreement will provide a legal framework guaranteed by the two governments. And as of now, the investment, one is the mega project is Barrick Gold. That is a copper and mining firm in Rikodak in Balochistan province. And this project, when it starts operating by 2028, inshallah, it will have around 40,000 permanent jobs for Pakistani workforce. And the total volume of investment by then will reach around $7 billion US. Similarly, as of now, for this year in 2025, there has been a recent approval of $500 million from Government of Canada. There is an organization, Canada Commercial Corporation. It is a crown corporation of the Government of Canada. And that will help expedite the completion of the mining. As of now, we are only into the preparing the mine for extraction.
Which area in Pakistan? Is it in Balochistan or Gilgit-Baltistan or in KP?
Rikodak is in Balochistan province.
No, exactly, because I was talking about that. Is companies interested in exploring minerals in other parts, or it is only focused on Rikodak?
No, Rikodak is already, this is already an ongoing project between the two governments, the government of Balochistan, government of Pakistan, and this company Barrick Gold are directly operating that project. Secondly, we have an ongoing solar and wind power project near Karachi. This is between government of Sindh and another Canadian company, JMC Power. That will give clean energy to K Electric in Karachi. That is yet another project. But the agreement's importance is that when it is finalized and when it comes into force, it will have a lot of encouragement for more Canadian mining and mineral firms, for more investment in different sectors, not only in mines and minerals, but also in ICT, in services sector, in infrastructure sector, in commercial scale farming and agriculture sector. So this will open the door for more Canadian companies to go into Pakistan in a big way.
Another important thing connected to bilateral trade and investment is, of course, it has been official policy of Pakistan that Pakistan need trade, not the aid. And for Pakistani companies, the most attractive market is North America. And biggest market for Pakistan is United States of America. So since Canada is a neighboring country, what is the potential of Pakistani exports into the Canadian market, particularly in garments, in many other areas? Pakistan produces one of the finest material, including cutlery, sports, textile, and so many things. So what is the potential of Pakistani exports into the Canadian market?
Good question. I would say Pakistani exports of the sectors you mentioned, the volume of total bilateral trade in goods from Pakistan to Canada, the exports valued 453 million last year. Similarly, the export of services sector, including ICT, information and communication technology, that was around 208 million.
From Pakistan to Canada. From Pakistan to Canada.
From Pakistan to Canada, correct.
Okay.
So the total figure is around 470 million US dollars in 2024-2025. Similarly, from Canadian side, the exports valued around 220 million of goods and around another 200 million of services. So the total figure is around 1 billion. But when I compare Pakistan's trade with Canada, with other countries from Asia, we still have a lot of room to cover. One problem, as you said in your introduction, is that Canada has the second largest area in the world. However, the population is around 43 million. So the consumer market is relatively small. And secondly, being the largest country, it has a 7 hours flight time from East Coast to West Coast.
7 hours.
7 hours. So internal distribution of Pakistani products coming to Montreal port or coming to Halifax port or landing in Vancouver port in the Pacific Ocean. Logistics cost of cross-country supply of Pakistani mangoes or Pakistani oranges or Pakistani textiles, Pakistani rice, Pakistani football and other products which you mentioned, sports goods and all that. So that makes it a bit, in terms of pricing for consumers, it becomes logistically a bit difficult, but we are coordinating that with our Ministry of Commerce, Trade Development Authority, and shipments. Some of them can go to the US coast and then they come to Canada. Some products are also going from Canada to US. Similarly, some of our products go from Vancouver port, particularly Canadian exports, lentils, peas, oil seeds, all these pulses, they go from the western coast of Canada to Pakistan. So that is one thing. Secondly, in information and communication technology, we have a lot of companies in Lahore, Karachi, and even in Islamabad, which are providing ICT services to various Canadian counterparts. And we are trying to expand that value and volume.
So that's very good. But I would like to refer your attention to the joint communique in which it was mentioned energy security, energy security and critical minerals. Canadian companies are investing in Pakistan. Energy, you have already explained. Critical minerals, you have already explained. Would you like to explain what sort of security cooperation Pakistan and Canada has?
I think there are three different sectors. Mines and minerals, critical minerals is one sector. And the Canadian companies have been told we had three company's delegation in the largest mining and mineral exhibition, which is held in Canada every year in the month of March. We had the Pakistan Mineral Development Corporation. We had a delegation from government of Balochistan. We had a delegation from SIFC and Board of Investment and private sector as well. This exhibition was held in Toronto, and we have introduced Pakistan's critical mines and minerals potential to Canadian firms. Canadian firms are very good in mining and minerals. They have their own mines, plus they have mines in various countries in Africa, in Caribbean, and in Latin America. So we just have to attract them towards Pakistan, and Barrick Gold is just one example, and there are a number of them which are considering going into Pakistan in the critical mines and mineral sector, along with other competing investors in the region in Pakistan. Secondly, you said energy security. Canada has expertise in nuclear power generation. They have expertise in hydropower generation, and their recent expertise is in clean energy, whether it is renewable energy, it is solar, it is wind energy. That's why one of their companies is in Sindh province, and they are doing a great job. And it is for us to attract more Canadian firms into all the sectors of interest to Pakistan.
So another thing is usually Pakistani diplomats, high commissioners around the world, I will just refer to United States of America. It's an important country. And similarly, Canada is also important. Quite an important country in the North American region. Pakistan has always tried to portray its good image, particularly in North American continent, US and Canada. Canada is definitely not under your purview, but would you like to share with our audience that how Pakistan's image is there in Canada, because it is a multicultural, multi-ethnic society? How Pakistan is viewed as a country?
Very positive image of Pakistan in Canada. We have around official figures of government of Canada say that there are around 305,000 Pakistani origin Canadians as of 2025. Out of that, we have one MP senator in the Senate of Canada and 6 MPs in the House of Commons, the lower house, which we call National Assembly in Pakistan. Here they call it House of Commons. Similarly, we have number of MPPs, members of provincial parliaments. They have 10 provinces and 3 territories. We have people, most of the Pakistani immigrants in Canada are basically professionals. They are medical doctors, IT experts, or software engineers. They are civil engineers. Then you have bankers, lawyers, you have chartered accountants, and you have business community. So Pakistan is one country which has provided quality professional immigrants to Canada. We do not have a lot of blue-collar immigrants here because of the language and other skill issues. Canada is officially a bilingual country. Both French and English are the official languages. And then it is a developed economy, so most of the jobs in the private sector have to be a highly skilled workforce, for which our Ministry of Overseas Pakistanis and NAFTEC and TEFTAs, they have to enhance the skills of the, I would say, blue-collar jobs. But we also have some opportunities in, particularly in health sector, medical doctors, paramedical staff, nursing staff. And we are working with the relevant counterparts in Pakistan to inform them of what is the job requirement, what is the skill development expertise level required if someone wants to come and have a have a job in Canada. For example, it was a McGill University in Montreal City which established the Aga Khan Medical University Hospital,
Karachi.
Teaching Hospital, and College in Karachi. So
True.
we have some collaboration there. There are a number of small university to university or individual professor to professor level collaboration existing, but we have to give it further impetus.
There are connected to this, as you said, that its private sector is attracting highly skilled, competent people into the Canadian private sector. Connected to this, over last many decades, particularly last two decades, we have seen the stringent Canadian visa for Pakistani students, for Pakistani professionals, for Pakistani business people. Have you taken up this matter with the Canadian authorities that with compared to Pakistan, other countries in South Asia, visa rules, Canadian rules have been quite relaxed for them. So why there has been indifference? So, and what is response from Canadian authorities?
I think there is no Pakistan specific discrimination. It is not the state policy of the government of Canada to discriminate Pakistani identity. That is not the case. I think part of the issue lies with our side. What we do is we just fill in the visa form. It is, as you said, Canada is a country of immigrants. So Canada has developed one of the most robust immigration systems in the world. Anybody who wants to go to Canada, whether on visit visa, on business trip, or for immigration purpose, what we normally overlook is the fine details from bank statement to other authentication of academic documents, professional documents, experience letters, and all that. What we do is we take those things lightly. But if there is any discrimination in the information given in the visa application and documents with them, if there is a contradiction, then it is an online system, and most of the cases, if there is a contradiction, they play safe. So I think there is no Pakistan-specific discrimination. On average, there has been 4,000 to 5,000 Pakistani student intake in Canadian universities. One major, again, factor is Pakistani students, they want to come for university degrees only. Okay. They do not go to polytechnic colleges and diploma giving institutions in Canada. Whereas I have seen here that some countries from Asia, they also encourage their students to go on diploma awarding schools and colleges in Canada. That's why if you see the figures, the student intake from Pakistan may look smaller compared to some other countries. But the reason is we have student community coming only for professional degree programs in universities of excellence, like University of Toronto, British Columbia, McGill University, University of Ottawa. So they have some of the best higher academic institutions, and Pakistani students mostly come for their second degree or doctoral research or postdoctoral research. That's why we have a quality student. So when you go for quality, then the quantity gets affected.
True. Excellency Ambassador Mohammad Saleem sir, there are two important areas for which Pakistan need international cooperation as well. In 2022, you have seen there have been massive floods in Pakistan, and international donors made pledges to contribute to Pakistan because Pakistan suffered a lot because of climate change. And due to this climate change, Pakistan's food security is severely affected. How you see the possibility of cooperation from Canada in addressing these two critical areas, food security in Pakistan and Pakistan's climate change challenges?
One, in the 2022, after the 2022 floods, the government of Canada and the philanthropic organizations. In sum total, they donated 70 million Canadian dollars to Pakistan to mitigate the impact of the 2022 floods. Second, Pakistan and Canada's collaboration in this sector has been very long. For example, the Warsak Dam, Tarbela Dam, Mangla Dam, they were built during 1960s, and you had either Canadian experts working on site, or they had technical input, or even they had assistance through the World Bank for these mega hydropower projects in Pakistan. Second, coming to the 21st century climate change file, the two countries are working together at the UN system. You know, the COP30 is going to take place soon, and we have similarity of views on how to address climate change related impact. Pakistan being one of the most vulnerable countries, we have a specialized ministry on this. We have a very robust file of how to getting international cooperation from the developed world to mitigate the challenges being faced by Pakistan because of climate change and global warming. So that file is, I think, the details you can get from Ministry of Climate Change. But we have active collaboration with Canada on this.
So finally, I would like to ask, since many decades, we haven't seen exchange of high-level delegations between Pakistan and Canada. We haven't seen high-profile Canadian political leadership visiting Pakistan. Similarly, if I'm not wrong, since Prime Minister Shaukat Aziz's visit, perhaps in 2005, we haven't seen after that any Prime Minister of Pakistan visited Canada. So do we expect that by the end of this year or the next year, do we expect high-level exchanges of high-level persons, political delegations between Pakistan and Canada in order to further consolidate or strengthen bilateral relations?
This is a very important question. The new government in Canada, the elections were held on 28th of April this year. The new government came into power on 26th of May, a month later. And ever since, the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Pakistan, Senator Ishaq Dar Saab, and the Foreign Minister of Canada, Madam Anita Anand, they met in Kuala Lumpur on 10 July. Then they again met in New York on the sideline of the UN 80th UN General Assembly session. And then they spoke on 30th October. So there have been 3 foreign minister level engagements in the last 3-4 months. One, then the Prime Minister of Pakistan and the Prime Minister of Canada had a pull-aside meeting in Sharm el-Sheikh just last month, early last month. So we are working on high-level visits. The last ministerial visit from Canadian side was after the 2022 floods. The Minister for International Development of Canada, he was in Pakistan. And now I am working for high-level business delegations and parliamentary exchanges between the two countries. The new parliament has just recently formed a Canada-Pakistan Parliamentary Friendship Group. I met the group chair and office bearers just last week, and they are planning to visit Pakistan sooner with parliamentary and business delegation. So it is, we have just a new Canadian High Commissioner in Islamabad. He is just about to complete 1 month now. So we are working together to materialize this long-standing legacy of high-level political and ministerial visits between the two countries.
Last one sentence only, the future of Pakistan-Canada relations. And do you think Pakistan can truly capture the true potential of trade and economic ties very precisely, because we are short of time?
The future of Pakistan-Canada relations is bright and promising. When it comes to economic diplomacy, the governments can facilitate through these agreements and MOUs, but ultimately the business has to be done by the private sector. So I am in contact with FPCCI and all the regional chambers in different cities and different associations. For example, you have the All Pakistan Sports Goods Manufacturers and Exporters Association. You have similarly All Pakistan Pharmaceutical Exporters Association, All Pakistan Surgical Goods Exporters Association, and so on. So we are trying to reach out to the private sectors, both in Islamabad and in Canada, to make full utilization of the facilities being provided by the two countries' governments to promote business-to-business linkages and to increase the value and volume of bilateral economic, commercial, investment, and trade engagement.
Thank you so much, Ambassador Mohammed Saleem, Pakistan's High Commissioner to Canada. In a short but very strategic communication, he has shared insightful information about Pakistan-Canada relations, trade and economic potential between two countries, how Pakistani skilled, educated youth could migrate to Canada, and of course, visa regime, trade potential, and many, many other things, including Canadian investment in Pakistan. Thank you so much. Despite your very busy schedule, you participated in our program and highlighted one of the most critical areas in bilateral relations between Pakistan and Canada. Dear viewers, till our next program, goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.